Run it back. Okay, ready? Let's go.
Run back.
We're done. Hey,
Run
we're
back.
done talking. No talking? We're done.
Okay.
Aww.
Welcome back to the Porter Podcast. I'm Ed.
I'm Chris.
Mike.
Jaxson.
Dylan.
And welcome back to Turntable Tuesday. Today's the first day of March, and for today's episode, we're planning on covering the trippy genre of psychedelic rock.
Trippy.
It's very trippy. So, Mike, do you want to help us out with the...
Michael.
Yes. Do you want to help us out with the history of psych rock, basically?
So, essentially what psychedelic rock is, it's better known as psych rock, but it's a genre that really exploded in the 60s in Britain and America, but recently seen as a small return in Australia. The entire genre tries creating the most visceral experience.
Visceral?
No, visceral.
Or visceral.
Visceral,
Congressional.
Condemnatory.
Sardonic. Sardonic.
Oh, what does that mean?
Verdict.
Experience
Okay, go on.
with crazy mixes of instruments and completely foreign sounds and instruments and attempts to recreate experiences with drugs.
Oh.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
sort
a
of the
See Emily Play by the band Pink Floyd,
Yep.
one of the biggest
psych rock bands.
psych rock bands. All right.
So, Jaxson, you want to
All right.
bring in your album that you're going to talk about?
I'm going to be talking about Tame Impala, which is a lot.
Do you know? Wait. Do you know Tame Impala is actually just one person?
Yes,
So,
it's a
so
single
it's a
dude.
very underground band.
It's very
guys.
underground.
Tame Impala,
Kevin
only one
Parker
person.
is his name.
Oh, Abstract?
Two first names.
Kevin Abstract?
No, Kevin Parker.
From the band
Nope,
Brockhampton?
Kevin Parker.
Kevin Parker.
Brockhampton. That's a sad.
We don't
thing.
talk about that right now.
All right. Tame Impala takes inspiration from older bands from the 80s and 90s and adds a new, cleaner production to the sound and music. It's a lot more poppy than the 80s bands that you're used to. He blew up because he was revitalizing the genre that had been dead for 15 years. 'Cause,
Yeah.
After 2000, no one really did psych rock.
It even got pushed up like hair metal bands and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like back then.
Back then, it was more like heavy. I got, what is it? It became obscure.
No, it was hair metal band
Yeah.
that pushed it out. But
In case you don't know what that is, listen to our metal episode.
Hair metal is like Kiss and
Yeah.
hair metal,
we-
Motley Crue.
Yeah, all of
Poison,
them.
we talked about
Motley
them. We know.
Crue,
Mhm.
Glam rock. Go.
Glam Rock.
All right, I wasn't really excited to listen to this type of genre of music because it's not my thing. But after listening to Tame Impala for a few hours, he's pretty good.
On end and few hours of all the 5 Tame Impala albums.
well, yeah, no, he has a lot of features too.
He has
does.
5. I thought he had 4.
He has 4, my bad.
Sorry, I was
Not a true.
You're not
Sorry.
underground
I'm
enough.
not,
then.
Not
indie
underground
enough.
enough.
My
You
bad.
don't understand.
I'm too out there. You know what I'm saying?
too
he
mainstream.
has a feature with Travis Scott. Did you know that?
Doesn't everybody?
Almost.
He is.
Do you?
That blew my
Dylan?
mind.
So
All right.
All right.
Uh,
This is posthumous forgiveness.
Christopher?
Quick question: does that make Mac DeMarco psych rock too?
no, not really. This is just bedroom pop. Sorry.
It was a serious question
Okay.
because that sounds like a lot like another one, but it's cool. All right, hit him with it. Can I have a Pez, Jackson? Okay.
Michael, go ahead.
All right, so Pink Floyd, they are originating from the 1960s. They had 4 original band members, which was Roger Waters,
Yeah.
Sid Barrett,
David
Yeah.
Gilmour.
Nick Mason.
Yeah.
David Gilmour came later.
He
Oh, yeah,
came
Sid
later,
Barrett.
actually.
Guys, stop it. Stop fighting.
My bad.
We're going to Sid Barrett you. We're going to kick you
I'm
out.
sorry. My bad.
Even though I'm new.
I got replaced already.
I'll pull a David. All right, but anyway, so basically, Sid Barrett, he was medically, well, it's not a sign, medically diagnosed as a schizophrenic, and just the mix of psychedelic drugs really didn't work out well with him.
Probably didn't help that.
Yeah,
No,
obviously.
no.
Definitely not.
Probably heightened it a little bit.
So
Or made it
it
worse,
came-
yeah.
It was that it came up to one point where they were at a show, and Sid Barrett was just playing one chord, just like brr, brr, looking off into the crowd, and you could just see he was totally brain dead. So eventually they agreed, or they came up with the consensus that this dude's got to go.
Yeah.
David Gilmour is about to pop in here.
Yeah.
So then they went on to make awesome albums like Dark Side of the Moon, Metal, Animals, which that's later on. This is after.
Yeah. So like the period with Sid Barrett, that was more psych rock, and I'm pretty sure when David Gilmour came in, they made it was like more art rocky.
That's
it was
where
like
they kind of like. That's where they
You
made
make-
their actual sound. When you hear Pink Floyd, you don't think of drugs and stuff.
you think like the concepts and
or
all
at
like
least
the,
not
yeah.
like hard drugs like LCD and stuff, or LSD, not LCD. That's a TV screen. But you think of like The Wall,
Yeah.
Dark Side of the
Yeah.
Moon, like their high end songs and
like
albums.
concepts. Yeah,
Yeah, but like Psych Rock was like the album more.
didn't they had
or,
like
Adam
didn't they had
Heartmother
like a
was definitely-
trilogy or something?
Oh
like-
yeah, there's
Adam Heartmother is like
that's a good. The one thing I like about their older albums though is out of two of them, thank you very much.
Why are we eating on the podcast now? Sorry.
We have Pez's.
Okay, go on.
Thank you. This
One
is our,
thing
we're
I like
taking
about their old
we're taking.
albums is that what's that one called? It's not Live in Pompeii. It's
In Romeo.
it's the
in
album.
Rome.
It's the album with Careful with that axe, Eugene.
Oh,
I forget what it's called. Amagama.
yeah.
Amagama. That's a good song.
He-
Careful with that axe, Eugene.
That's a
It's
cool
ju-
name.
Yeah, but with Metal, there's a song called Echoes, and it's like 24 minutes long.
And
Dude.
it's just
Yeah.
If you get the chance, dude, it's really good.
Okay.
Let's play the whole song on the
Let's
podcast
play the whole
right
song
now.
on the podcast.
And then, like you said, Adam Heartmother, there's another song called Adam Heartmother, which is 23 minutes long. So it's like instead of making multiple songs on the album, they just take one whole piece of it where it actually sounds together and just mix it together. And I think that's pretty creative because you don't really see too much that day or nowadays. Even back then, you didn't see it. But on to Wish You Were Here. That
I
album,
mean, it's a good album. It's like
it's
a really
wonderful.
great
The
album.
song "Wish You Were Here" probably has to be my favorite song ever, completely, because it just, no matter who is listening to it, it kind of whoever's listening, it connects to them a certain way, whether it be past events
I think
or
at least three of us here have that song in our top 10. I mean, I
Yeah.
know me and
Yeah.
Chris do, and then you do. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
sure do.
such a good song.
but that
Probably my favorite, Pink Floyd song
Definitely.
and album
Yeah.
of all time.
Yeah, Money is
Money's
sorry,
really
Money
good.
off Dark Side.
Oh.
Okay, this is
Ti-
which
Time by Dark Side of the Moon is just
Oh,
awesome.
Time is better
Yeah.
I
than
love
Money.
that guitar solo just really set. I won't even be on any drugs, and I'll just be.
Elevated.
This is Wish You Were Here.
How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fish.
So to build on that, I picked for mine was the career that Sid Barrett had after Pink Floyd. So how he kind of got kicked out of the band was like one day they're gonna go on tour and they're like, "Should we pick up Sid?" And they all looked at each other.
Nah.
So they just never picked him up, and he kind of got the message. They're like, "All right," and he just kind of started his own thing.
All right,
And-
time to do more drugs.
And he kind of went on this downward spiral, and it just like wasn't good. And I remember he came back into the studio while they were recording "Wish You Were Here," and he completely looked like a different person, like bald, just like really like off the
Yeah.
Yeah,
off the wall.
chain.
And they
Off
didn't
the-
they
off
didn't
the-
even know
off
who
the
like
Pink Floyd song.
no he looked so different they didn't even know who he was. But right after he recorded this album that I picked, and I picked the song Octopus off the album.
Even how up, down, to and fro. You have no words. Please leave us here. Close our
How long did his
It
solo
sounds very
career?
simplistic.
How long did
it
his?
was like 1 or 2 albums. It
Oh,
wasn't
really?
very long.
that was before he passed away, right?
Yeah, it was before. One honorable
it was
mention
only
for me was early Grateful Dead was very.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Yeah. And
I just didn't have like enough knowledge for that to like talk
Yeah.
about it.
Grateful Dead is definitely a very psychedelic rock.
Well, it went
band.
from psych rocks, but it
like,
went to more
in the
blues.
be-
It's
yeah,
very
in the
blues-
beginning, but like then they turn into like folk and like country.
Yeah,
Not
for
country,
sure.
but like
But they had those like really long.
Yeah.
solos. It was an honorable mention.
yeah, it's like it's just a lot. It's just a lot to talk about.
So the band I decided to choose was probably Cream, which was one of Eric Clapton's bands that he had for a few years. It was only short-lived; it was only around 3 years. But their second album, which is called Disraeli Gears, which is actually named after when one of their roadies was talking about, or what is it? Eric Clapton was talking about a race bike, and then the like gear mechanism in the bike is called like the derailleur or something. It's like a French word, and then one of their roadies mispronounces as Disraeli Gears, which is like this British prime minister. So they decided to name the album Disraeli Gears. So throughout, there's a lot. This is like a huge riff-based record, and there's a lot of probably the most iconic song is like "Sunshine for Your Love," of course, like with that drum and the riff on it. It makes it really great. So there's a lot of good solos with it. They also has like a few like sitars. I'm pretty sure it makes an appearance. I heard something like that. It was, at least that's what I tried hearing.
It's very experimental.
It is very
Some
weird.
of it is good. Some of it is like
Interesting.
Interesting what they did.
What do you
there.
mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
It's very it made it really weird. But I think Eric Clapton.
Sorry.
We've been saving it. We're trying to use that sound for so long.
We're trying to use that sound. Okay, I'm sorry.
But Eric Clapton, alongside with his bandmates, but Eric Clapton, of course, with his guitar skills, he really like carries this entire album with his solos, and it's a really great piece of psychedelic bluesy rock. So here's "Sunshine for Your Love."
Of your love.
Of Your Love, sorry,
Okay.
my bad.
Okay.
So I was just gonna say he kind of got his inspiration because he was in the band Blind Faith. Before
Blind
Cream.
Faith, yeah. Wait,
I
was
was
before
gonna
or
t-
was it after? I thought it was either one.
I thought it was before. Look it up. I thought it was
I
before.
think it was after, actually.
Pretty sure it was before. But.
Pretty sure it was after.
All right. Was it really?
No, I have no clue.
Dylan.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on. So the Beatles, obviously, it's one of the most influential bands of all time, but they definitely followed the trend of psychedelic rock. They didn't start it; they weren't the pioneers at all, but they definitely followed the trend. And not a lot of people look at the Beatles as a psychedelic rock band, which they're not, but they have certain songs that show that. And I was gonna pick the Doors because they're a very psychedelic rock band with the albums like L.A. Woman and
And they're
like,
self-titled too, right?
self-titled and like Strange Days. Like it's definitely very, but I went with Beatles because I feel like I know more about the Beatles. Their albums, their album like Magical Mystery Tour in '67, Sgt. Pepper's in '67, Yellow Submarine even in '69. Those are just like such like.
You
trips.
hear it, you can hear
It's
him.
just
Oh,
great.
they
it's,
were doing drugs.
well,
when they
oh,
were doing
definitely.
stuff. I mean, listen
We
to
don't
the
wanna
White
talk-
Album
or,
too.
yeah.
I know the White Album,
Revolution
but like
9.
you know,
Yeah,
it's just Revolver. I mean, Rubber Soul is definitely a big one too, with Nowhere Man, which I'm gonna play, and like Drive My Car. It's just such weird music, but like it makes sense,
Yeah.
and it's like it's good still, but it's
It's
like,
their, like,
what are you doing?
It's their like interpretation.
Strawberry
of it.
Fields Forever is a weird song.
It
The
is
music
very-
video is also really weird.
Yeah, if I
That whole
remember.
like Magical Mystery Tour movie that they made is wow.
So weird. So here's
Nowhere Man
by the
by
Beatles.
the Beatles.
Take your time, don't hurry, leave it all till somebody else.
So for our next segment, we wanted to do some albums that we think don't deserve the hate because, you know, either they have a lot of good in them that are overlooked or they just sort of need like a bit of adjusting to sort of like really enjoy the way they're made. So here's our picks. So Dylan,
I'm gonna have Michael start us off with this one.
Michael, you want to start off? Okay.
All right, we going backwards then up the.
Sorry.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
go backwards.
So, Rob Zombie. Despite
That's like what you know him from.
despite Lil Uzi Vert's going,
from the Narwhal interview. That's a famous line. It's just so funny.
yeah.
Oh,
Rob Zombie has just been. I don't know how I got to it, but it's just something I've listened to
It's
as I've
what
grown
did you
up.
what would you consider like thrash metal?
It's
Or just,
somewhat.
like,
It's some sort of
screamo?
form of metal. No, it's
More
not
like
screamo, it's
thrash
a
metal.
Yeah, it's a thrash metal.
And
It's weird. Man.
it depending on.
crazy.
And here's the thing: each album has different songs, but like they can be fast, they can be medium, they can be kind
Yeah,
of.
oh yeah, he has range. He definitely
But
does.
then
it can be mid.
it's just,
That's messed up. That's messed up.
but then when you
Oh no, our Pez.
as the song progresses, it gets more like upbeat kind of. And that's one thing with this new the new album, and then here's a really good title. The Lunar Injection Kool-Aid Eclipse Conspiracy.
That's the album name?
That is the album name.
He just went into random
And
word
he
search
did.
and he just typed.
He did
That's
spell
just like a
cool with the
crossword.
K.
bar.
He's
That's
like,
Yeah,
Kool-Aid.
cool with the K.
That's just a crossword.
And,
Yeah, it's just it's just a crossword puzzle.
This is Wordle. This is Wordle.
This is a good. This is a. You know what? Here we go.
And
So-
compared to his days with when they were White Zombie, it definitely sounds different, but it's still kind of good in the fact that it's progressing with today's rock or today's thrash metal. Now,
He's keeping up with the scene.
exactly. Now, a lot of people don't like that, but that's kind of what happens today anyway, and
Yeah.
there's nothing you can really do about that. But compared to his old songs like More Human Than Human or Living Dead Girl, compared to, for say, one of his newer songs like or for the one that we have listed here,
Yeah,
the
Triumph of King Freak.
it's got creative titles. Don't get me wrong. Some albums you'll find some more colorful titles,
Yeah.
but they just sound really good.
The audible.
And
From
despite him being a artist in music, he's also a movie director. Like he remade a Halloween movie.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know
He
that.
made
Oh.
the movie House
Guardians
of
of
a
the
Thousand
Galaxy.
Corpses, which is a really good one.
That's
Interesting.
Crazy.
I kind of want to watch him.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So here's
Triumph of King Freak.
by Rob Zombie. We should have had him on the metal episode. Now that I think about it,
Well, I don't think we could have got him out in time.
yeah, we could have not.
He lives in
These are
California.
super-
Honestly, I'm looking at all.
Rob Zombie.
I'm looking at all these picks, and they're all so different. Like, you'll hear it. Go ahead.
Oh my
What's
God,
yours?
yeah.
All right, this is 1,000 Gex and the Trio Close.
Oh, Lord.
If you know this band or duo, you either love them or you hate them.
Hyperpunk
I hate
band.
Yeah, it's hyper pop.
I'm in between still.
It is.
It's just like
all
just- it's
over
just
the
Mike.
place.
It's like McDonald's Sprite. As
Yeah.
a music genre.
That is exactly.
It's just you
can
have to,
charge your
like,
phone with
you
this music.
somehow you can charge a phone with this music.
It is so loud and like there's so many weird
Abrasive
unnecessary
and just,
noises.
yeah,
But like
and it just high pitched like. Well, it's hard to explain because it's just you have to. That's what I mean. You have to
it's an
like.
experience.
Yeah, I hated it in the beginning. Like I thought, like I listened, I was like, no way, people actually liked it. But it took me
But
like
you like it.
no, like it took me a second. I was like, this is not that.
It's
bad.
not that bad. It's
Like I would. This
like,
is
it's creative.
If I saw them in concert, like this would be cool.
It would be. A
Weren't they gonna
crazy
play in
concert.
Coachella 2020? I'm pretty sure. Or this, they might be playing this
They're
Coachella.
going. I think they are this year because they
all
are
go to
going on
Coachella,
tour.
guys. Let's
Yeah.
see Ye and
Let's
Billie
let's see
Eilish.
all
And
100.
100 Gex.
Let's
And
see
Jack
all
Harlow.
100 Gex.
All 100 Gex.
Wait, are there
Yeah.
actually 100?
There's, I don't even know where. No,
No, on this album there's 1,000 of them.
there's 1,000 Gex.
wow.
Gex.
1,000 Gex.
So many gags.
There's so many Gex.
Okay, well this is what is
This
this?
is Hand Crushed by a Mallet featuring Fall Out Boy.
So I'm pretty sure whoever's grandma is listening to this like completely lost their ears.
All right, and let's put on the brakes. The album I picked was Clairo's latest album.
Okay.
All right, everyone hates on Clairo. Just
Clairo makes
Wait,
bangers.
we don't hate on Clairo.
No, I
we
hate
like
on
Clairo.
Clairo.
So
We
this
stand
album is the
Clairo.
best.
okay,
Clairo.
well,
It's not good. It's
okay.
not
The
better
album
than
I
his
picked was
first
her
album.
latest one, Sling.
It was different from what she originally did.
Exactly,
That's what I mean.
and that's why people don't like it. It's like acoustic folk, like it's folk
She's
rock.
just
pretty
changing
much.
the genre, which every single musician
Yeah.
does.
I
She
mean,
went
yeah,
Phoebe
but
Bridgers,
like all
basically.
her like
Yeah, but Phoebe Bridgers does it better.
She doesn't.
it got really critical reception. Like not a lot of people liked it, but I think it was like honestly one of her best works. And like she did a lot of singles before this that you guys probably know, like Pretty Girl and stuff. And
Hot Cheetos.
Hot Cheetos.
Great
Sophia.
song, banger.
They're all no hate.
Hey, we love Clairo. Honestly, Clairo stands over here.
All right, but this is Amoeba by Clairo.
Her most popular song off the album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shift from 100 gex to
This, yeah.
Yeah, I'll hand over my man card.
So I decided to do Divine Feminine by Mac Miller, which is like, which was his like prelude to sort of swimming, and it featured a lot of emphasis on like love and like Mac Miller's obsession with it. And this is like,
love.
look, it's a
Does
very
everyone have an
romantic.
obsession with love.
It's
I don't know.
No, that makes sense.
it's a very romantic album.
Maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah. But it was like, is sort of like his most like R&B or like neo soul like featured, I would say, because
With Anderson .Paak.
with
like,
Anderson .Paak, it had
so
CeeLo
many
Green on
features.
it, and I think had
Love
Kendrick on it
Anderson.
too.
Ty Dolla $ign.
It was very good.
Oh, he had Kendrick on? I never listened to that song.
Yeah, I did. But like this album is like completely overshadowed by what came before it, which was Faces. No, it was Good AM, and then what came after was Swimming. It was just sort of overshadowed, in my opinion. But this
Obviously,
is
he had unreleased albums.
Yeah, he
during
did
his time too. But like,
But I think this is like a really beautiful and like fun album to listen to. It makes it really, it's really intimate and sweet. Mac, like it's weird seeing Mac in a way like this. Again, it features Anderson .Paak and CeeLo Green on it. And overall, it's just a really like charming and enjoyable album. Again, it's overshadowed by this other work. So here's Dang featuring Anderson .Paak and Mac Miller.
Know me best, the key that I won't forget. Too soon, I can't keep on losing you. Can't keep losing you. Can't keep losing you. Can't keep losing you. Can't keep losing you.
okay,
I stand Anderson.
we
I
love,
love
Anderson.
Anderson
Anderson
.Paak.
.Paak.
Hey,
Such a
but the
under
new-
like
Okay,
needs more
opinion.
recognition.
The new Silk Sonic song, Love Train or whatever, Love Train. It's not good.
I liked
not
him
good.
more
It's
out
not
of
good.
Silk
You
Sonic.
loved it when it came out. You were like, oh my
Not-
god, it has the
no.
same chord progression.
No, he was
no,
upset
I
at
didn't
that.
like
He
it.
was
I didn't
upset
like it
at
that it
that.
had the same chord
Oh, I
progression.
thought you
He
were
turned it
happy
off
with that.
immediately.
No, I was like,
Show
ugh.
them to the camera. Show them to the
And
camera.
it's not. It's not the same chord progression, but it's very similar. I mean, it has like the same. It has the same first note. It's in the same scale, but
Yeah.
it's just like
Not good.
makes me mad.
So Dylan, what was your album pick?
So Find Your Wings
Weezer.
by Tyler, the Creator. Not Find Your Wings.
No, more Weezer. I don't
I
think we
had to get it in somehow.
You just got Weezer.
I don't think we
Dylan
went an
chose Van
episode without
Weezer.
Yeah, we haven't talked about an episode without research. Well, whatever. Tyler, the Creator, Cherry Bomb. My personal, not my favorite album from Tyler. Probably my least favorite, but every single Tyler album is amazing.
Yeah.
So Cherry Bomb is good,
Is
in my
good.
opinion.
Ew,
So it's a very
what?
it's a very harsh album.
Yeah.
It
Most-
is.
and
It's like his
very
Yeezus
mean.
sort of.
It's yeah. It's like his most experimental album. It's very harsh. Some like the choruses are all like light and happy, but the lyrics
Verses
are,
or, like,
it's like
certain-
mad. It's like
Yeah.
almost like ugh.
Did he actually pee his pants on the album cover?
I don't
I don't know.
I
If you
think
have to
it's probably this is the alternate album cover. It's
Yeah,
not
the original was like
That's
a
okay.
It's like
character.
him-
The
It's like a
hands
drawing
don't
of
look
him.
like him though, so I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a photo shoot or whatever.
Whatever. It's
Like,
it probably
it
just a
can't be
stock
him.
photo, guys.
Yeah.
Whatever.
People peeing their pants. Oh yes,
Fire,
upload it.
flames.
Well, and Cherry Bomb, obviously very experimental. Not everyone likes Yeezus
Yeah.
either, but like Cherry Bomb, no one likes it if you're not a really good fan of
yeah.
Tyler.
I mean, that's probably for a reason.
Oh yeah,
He
But,
doesn't-
like,
he
but
doesn't-
He brings back the theme of Cherry Bomb in so like in
Yeah.
in Call Me If You Get Lost and Flower Boy. He brings back that theme. Not so much Igor, but he brings back the theme of like harsh, like in the song Juggernaut from Call Me If You Get Lost. It's very like
What was his color scheme for this
Angry.
album? Because you know how like
it-
the new one is like
pink,
blue.
pink, blue, and white.
Pink, blue, and white.
Much.
Well, that's what
He
he's still
do you know
on,
that
right?
on
Call Me If
tour?
You Get Lost is still blue.
It's still blue and
I know.
green, but this album was more because he had his pink blue Maybach that he'd drive around to all his concerts.
Yeah.
And, like that's like what this
So he's a
album.
car
is.
guy.
I feel like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he has a BMW E30 for Igor.
Yeah.
Like he has like different cars
Yeah.
Igor is like
every.
completely different from.
Oh, it's
yeah,
so
it
different.
is so
So
different.
That's
It's
what
so
makes
good.
Tyler good because you can just switch genres like that
And
and
he
then
just is
make them
able
all
to.
together and Call Me If You Get Lost. You know,
Yeah.
he puts them all together in that song.
The thing about Cherry Bomb actually, I don't know if this is true now that he's on tour again, but I heard that he doesn't he doesn't like covering these. He doesn't like this album himself either, and he
No.
doesn't prefer to play any of the songs on there live.
And he doesn't.
He doesn't at
only
all.
plays his song Perfect
Uh-huh.
and obviously the first track Young.
Yeah.
And then he plays Smuckers, a little bit of Smuckers, but not a lot, because obviously he's not gonna sing the Kanye verse.
Yeah.
He's not gonna sing the Uzi verse.
It was a Lil Wayne verse, I'm pretty
Lil
sure.
Wayne verse. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
He's actually having a concert today here in Chicago.
It was Tuesday.
It was actually Tuesday,
I
actually.
thought they were doing.
There's another one
I think so.
Is he?
on my way.
On my way. Cutting.
This is a Find Your Wings.
Right, so after talking about the history and bands of psych rock alongside with albums that we think don't deserve the hate, we believe it's time to end our episode here.
Yep. Thanks
Thanks for coming by for today's Turntable Tuesday. We're going to cue the song Happiness is a Warm Gun by the small band The Beatles.
Very
Thanks for
indie.
tuning in
Small,
and
very
coming
indie.
back come back next week for more Flames. Go Porters and peace out.
Girl.